Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Baha Shalom, Yahweh Shabbarakathum to the brothers, Yahweh Shemar, Latah Baha Shem, Yahweh Shah to the sisters. This is the California ISUBK Lashawan Qadash class. Lashawan Qadash stands for Holy Tongue. It's a biblical tongue that's been given to us by the Lord, that's been passed down to our forefathers. And since 1969, under Commander General Yohana, we've been teaching the truth of this Bible, as well as the Lashawan Qadash, that holy tongue that you hear about in these Christian churches where they hop around and they really speak no substance about the Bible if you've ever really read the Bible. That's why it's important to get into real classes where they actually teach the Lord. They teach you actual understanding. Christian church, they only teach you prosperity and man worship. You know, so the pastor's always the one spoken highly of, like the Lord didn't have anybody else serving him except one man, which we know is false. That's why you got to get out of these Christian churches where they teach you that the Holy Tongue is about jumping and speaking in tongues and running up and down the aisle and not being able to translate it. And the actual Holy Tongue, the Lashawan Qadash, that Holy Tongue that the Lord was speaking about, can be translated. You can translate it through the ancient or the Assyrian. This language is very important to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of the 12 tribes because this is your historical language. Unlike the language that you have learned from your oppressors, your English, your Spanish, all the languages that they've taught you in your captivity to be a great slave. This language has been stripped from you and it's been taught for time. It's been taught. This language is a beautiful language. It resonates to your spirit as like if you were to come into the classes, if you're just giving examples, you start throwing up the prayers, you say Abanawa Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash Ayah. You can actually feel it if you're of the 12 tribes. Excuse me, Salaki, that give me a minute. Somebody at the back. Salakia, that means excuse me. There's a lot of language that have been taken from it's been taken from us, from our oppressor, because they didn't want us to have anything except obedience. Hey, shalom, sis. I'm sitting there. Except for obedience. When actually here, this is a language that was given to us by the Lord. The Lord passed it down to our ancestors and showed us the difference between the English and the Lashawan. As you notice in the Lashawan, you're going to be writing from right to left. In the English language, you write from left to right. You know, there's a couple other languages. I forget Arabic. I believe it's the same thing, but you know, they all spin off of what we know to be is the holy language, the Lashawan Qadash. But I'm gonna go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Dang, she knows it. I ain't even talking to you, Sarah. But I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and start with these alphabets. I'm gonna start with the ancient alphabets first, and then I'll go into the Assyrians, and I'll give you a little more background on these alphabets as I go. I'll move fast. If you do have a chart, if you do not have a chart, just let me know. Put it in the comment board, and I'll try to get you one. If you are on Facebook, I'll try to send you one via Messenger. If you are on YouTube, put your email address in, and I'll try to send it to you via email. You take it home, you can practice, you can exercise. And you gotta do this repetitiously. I almost caught myself out to really go back and say the alphabets in my head and do this consistently. Keep this in your head. That's right. I'm gonna go ahead and go over the sounds. Let me know if I wrote them a little too close together. I can correct it. This is ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ta, ya, ha, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, za, qua, ra, sha, da. And that's how you write in the ancient. Go to the sounds again. This is ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ta, ya, ha, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, za, qua, ra, sha, tha. And those are the sounds of the Lashawan. Especially when you write in the ancient and in the Assyrian, the sounds are the same. It's the characters of the alphabets look a little bit different, but the sound is the same for the alphabet. Okay, that's all it is. Okay, I'm gonna go over the sounds again, and I'm gonna erase them, and then I'm gonna go into the Assyrian. This is ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, za, qua, ra, sha, da. Like I said, those are the sounds of these are the sounds of the Lashawan Qadash. These are the ancient characters of the Lashawan Qadash. When it comes down to writing in the ancient alphabet. Now I'm going to go ahead and erase this board, and then I'm going to go into the Assyrian. Okay, this is the Assyrian. Excuse me, Slovakia. Excuse me. This is the Assyrian. For some of these characters, I'm gonna go over them because, like this PA, just give an example before I go to the alphabets. These are both PAs, but they're different characters of the PA, and I'll go into that as we go into the sounds. It says ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, za, qua, ra, sha, ta. Like I said, the sounds of the Lashawan Qadash are the same. The characters of the alphabets are different. When it comes to the Assyrian and the ancient, they're different night and day when it comes to the characters. I'll give you some example. Like the Assyrian. The Assyrian has a double character in some of the alphabets. For an example, this top character, that's because one sits on top of the other. The top character is the first character of that ma. Just an example. The only time you use this ma when you're writing a word is at the beginning or the middle of the word. That's when you can find that sound, and you can use this character. It's when you're in the middle or the beginning of a word. You can use this second character of the ma only at the end of a word. When you're writing out a word and it ends with the ma or ma with the ma sound, you're going to use that second character because the second character is always used at the end of a word. If that pa is used at the end of a word, like a pa, this example, you would use the second character. But if you were saying ka, instead you would use that. Since it's at the beginning, you're using the pa at the beginning, you're going to use this first character. Or if it was in the middle of the word, you're going to use that first character. I'll give you a couple examples when I write out some vocabulary, because that's what I like to do, write out a couple of vocabulary words and keep us fresh on our Hebrew words. It's always good to find out a new word daily, especially coming from your lineage of languages. I'll go to the sounds again. This is ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, za, qua, ra, sha, ta. And those are the sounds. Like if you do need a chart, go ahead and put it in the comment board. I'll try to send it to you. If you're on Facebook, I'll send it to you via Messenger. But if you're on YouTube, I'll send it through YouTube. It's no sweat. Okay, I'll go over the sounds again. This is ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ka, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, za, qua, ra, sha, ta. There are two similar sounds. I'm going to go to them so you guys don't get these confused and you can understand the difference of how you would use it. You hear this ka, that's right here. There's a ha and there's a ka. You see the ch as a ka. It gives you more of the. It sounds kind of like you spit more or less, but that's how more you would pronounce that ka. Like this is a ka. This is ka. Just so you don't get those sounds mixed up when you hear that ka and then you hear that ka. It's a different sound. Just give me an example. I'm going to go over the alphabets again so you can hear the sounds. Like it. That means excuse me in Hebrew. It's A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Za, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Da. So those are the sounds in the Assyrian. Well, not take those down. Okay. I am going to do a couple vocabulary words, but just so you don't get confused, as long as when you're going along. When you see a character like this or one like this under a word, when it comes to the ancient, this right here, it's a connector. It connects the sounds. When you see this right here under an alphabet in the ancient, it makes that sound singular. So when you see that under, huh? When you see that under a alphabet in the ancient, that makes that sound singular. That's what you're going to be looking for. Okay, I'm going to start. The first word I'm going to use is before. The word for before in the Lashawan is La, Pan, Ya, La Panya. That's how you would say before. La Panya. The next word is beg. The word for beg in the Lashawan, it would be Ba, Quash. The next word would be beginning. The word for beginning is Ra, Ash, Ya. Ra, Ash, Ya. That's how you would write beginning. Ra, Ash, Ya. That's how you would say beginning. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start writing it out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. If you have the chart in front of you, it makes it a lot easier. So it's always important to have a chart. That's why I always instruct like people, if you do need the chart, so it makes it a lot easier to follow along, go ahead and put it in the chart. Put it in the chat log, and I'll try to send one to you via Messenger if you're on Facebook. If you are on YouTube, put your email in, and I'll try to send it to your email. So it makes it a lot easier for you to follow along and catch on to this. You know, because this was your native tongue. Something's been stripped from you. So So to get it back is really an honor from the Lord. So when you know when you got this chance, you might as well seize this time and start learning about your history, your people, your background, how you wrote. You know, just take a time out for you. It's more or less some you time. Okay, but I'm gonna keep going on. This is a la, and then after the la, there's pa. That's that pa, that na, and that ya. I'm gonna go into it. We might as well go into it like I showed you about the connectors and the singulars. See, this is the la. The la, if you have the chart for you know it's a single sound. So you make that singular. La. The pa is a singular sound, and the na, but they're connected. Pan, mixed pan. The pa and the na are connected, mixed pan. That's why you put the connectors. The pan, and then the ya, we know is a singular sound. So we go ahead and put that right there for singular. That's how you would write that. La panya. That's how you would write that out in the ancient. I'm going to go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. That's the la of the Assyrian. Remember, the pa is a double character, but since the pa is in the middle, you're gonna write the first pa because the double characters are used. The first pa would be used when in the beginning of the word or in the middle of the word. In this case, it's in the middle of the word, so you're gonna use the first pa. So when you look at the chart, you're gonna write it out in the first pa. All right, on the first pa. Oh. That's the first pa. And then that na, since it's in the middle of the word, you're going to use the second character of that. That first character of that na. That la, pan. Okay, and then ya. So remember when you're writing in the ancient, this is the ancient. Don't get that confused. And this is the Assyrian. The Assyrian does not have those connectors. You do not need, it's just written straight out. You don't use those connectors. The only difference is the Assyrian, you got to remember, it has a double character alphabet. So you got to know when to use those double characters. But this is how you would write. La Panya in the Assyrian. That's how you would write that in the Assyrian. You got to remember how to use those double characters. That's why it's important when we do the alphabets and we do speak about the Assyrian. We make it important that you understand about the double characters. When you write and you don't know how to use the terminology of the double characters, it's like you're not even writing anything at all because it would be written wrong. Okay, I'm going to the next word. The next word is beg. The word for beg is bakwash. So you're going to write that ba, and that kwa, and then that sha. The ba, that's singular, and then the kwa, and the kwash. That's connected. That's how you would write that in the ancient. The Assyrian, I'm going to go into the Assyrian. That's the ba, the kwa, and the sha. Remember, there's no connector, just so it's written straight out. Ba, kwa, sha. No, ba quash. Slack. Ba quash. The next word is beginning. The word for beginning is ra'ashya. So I'm gonna go ahead and start in the ancient. With the ra. Ra. Ah. Sha. Ya. Da.
Beginning.
Huh?
That's the beginning.
Yeah, Ra'ash, yeah. Yeah, I did that right. Just double check it. You know, sometimes I'll be like, man, okay, because I kind of got confused with the ah,
Yeah.
but don't ever get confused. Remember, that is the sound, but sometimes the H is left out. So the Ra, single, the Ash and the Shah, connected, and the Ya and the Da connected. That's how you write that out in the ancient. Now in the Assyrian, that's the Ra. Ra, Ah, Shah, Ya, Da. So the first word is before. The word for before in Elijah Y is Lapanya. This is how you write Lapanya in the ancient. This is how you write Lapanya in the Assyrian. The next word is beg. The word for beg is bakwash. This is how you write bakwash in the ancient. This is how you write bakwash in the Assyrian. The next word is beginning. The word for beginning is ra'ashya. This is how you write ra'ashya in ancient. This is how you write ra'ashya in the Assyrian. The next word is behind. The word for behind is achar. Yeah, acharya is behind. The next word is believe. The word for believe in the Lashawan is ha a ma yan. So ha a ma yan. So Ha'amayan. That's how you say believe. Ha'amayan. The next word is below. The word for below in the Lashawan Qadash is La Ma Sa.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and write them out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. The first word is behind. The word behind is Achaya. So first in the ancient, remember the the A, then the Cha, then the Ra, and then the Ya. So the A, and the Cha, and the Ra, connected, and the Ya, singular. I'll do the same thing in the Assyrian. Ya, the Cha, the Ra, Ya. That's how you write that in the Assyrian. The next word is believe. The word for believe is Ha'amayan. So first we're gonna write in the ancient. So you're gonna write out the Ha, you're gonna write out the A, you're gonna write out the Ma, and then the Na. You're gonna write out the Ya and the Na. That's how you write Ha'amayan. So it's Ama, no, it's Ama, no, it's Ha'amayan. 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 Slide. That's singular. That's singular. The Ma singular. And the Ya and the Na put together, that's connected. Makes Yan. That's how you write that in the ancient. Now in the Assyrian, and I'm writing the Assyrian. The Ha, the A. Remember the Ma is a double character, but since it's in the middle of the word, you're gonna use that double, you're gonna use that first character of the Ma, and then the Ya, and then you're gonna use the second character of the Na because it's at the end of the word. Next word is below. The word for below is lamata. So now we're going to start in the ancient. La, ma, Ta. La singular, ma singular, and ta laha. It's ta. That's how you write that in the ancient. Now I'm going to write down the Assyrian. That's a la. First character of the ma. Remember the first character of the ma because it's at the. I'm writing the first character of the ma because the first character of the ma is usually the beginning or the middle of a word. In this case, it's in the middle of the word, so you're going to use the first character, which is the first character of the ma. The ta and the ha. I already wrote it out. Now I just gotta go to the next one. Yeah. No.
The next set of words is between. Between, bind,
What?
blaze, bless, and blood. So for between, the word is bayan. Bayan. Yes. Ba, bayan. Bayan. So you have the ba, the ya and the na, which makes yun. So it'll be ba yun. In the Assyrian, you got the ba, the ya, and the na. The na is the second character, as the brother already explained. You have two characters for the na. The first character comes in the beginning or the middle. The second one comes in the end. In this case, you have it in the end. Bayan. You have bind, Hashar. Quashar. 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 You have the qua, the sha, and the ra, which makes qua shar. The Assyrian qua, sha, ra, quashar, which means bind, bind. And you have black. Everybody should know black. In Jeremiah 14:2, where it says they are blackened to the ground. Hold on, select it. Okay, this is the word, the color black. Okay, select it. This is the color black. Black. So the word for black is shakawar. Shakawar. Shaka, the wa, and the ra. Shakawar. Shakawar. Wow. We have Shaka war. Shaka war. Shaka war in the Syrian. Blaze is Lahab. Lahab. So here you have the Shaka war. So Lahab. 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 Lahab, which means blaze. Bless is Barak. 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 So you have Barak, which means blessed. So you have the Ba, the Ra, and the Ka, which makes Barak. In the Syrian, the Ka changes because it's a double character. The first character looks like this. So the first character comes in the beginning or the middle. The second character exclusively comes at the end of a word. Next word is blood. The word for blood is dam. This one's simple. You have the da and the ma. Dam. So the word for blood is dam. Dam is just connected. In the Syrian, it changes because you have the double character ma. So the first character looks like this. So the first character comes in the beginning or the middle. The second character comes at the end. So that makes dam. There's a brother in the school named Dam Gabar, which means blood warrior. We'll leave those up for a second, and then Officer Kapar is going to continue.
Watch. All right, he stopped on blood. The next word is Blue. Word for blue in the Hebrew, the Lashawan Qadash, would be Ta, Ka, La. Ta, Ka, La. That's how you would say blue in the Lashawan. The next word is bondage. The word for bondage would be Shab, Ya. The next word would be book. The word for book is Shapar. I'll go ahead and write down the ancient and the Assyrian. First, I'm gonna write out blue, which is Da Kala. Da Kala. The Kala, so we connected. That's the ancient. I'm going to write in the Assyrian. The La. So you're writing the Syrian. The next word is bondage. The word for bondage is Shabya. Shab. Shab. Ya. Shab. Ya. Shab. Shabya. So you write that. So you write in the ancient. And the Syrian. The next word is book. The word for book is Sapar. Sapar. So you write Sapar. The first word is blue. The word for blue is Dakala. Dakala. So you write Dakala. in the ancient. That's how you write the Kala in the Assyrian. The next word is bondage. The word for bondage in Lashawan is Shabya. That's how you write Shabya in the ancient. That's how you write Shabya in the Assyrian. The next word is book. The word for book is Sapar. This is how you write Sapar in the ancient. This is how you write Sapar in the Assyrian. The next word is box. Next word is box. The word for box in the Lashawan Qadash is the ba. How you write box in the Lashawan. The next word is boy. Gilad is how you say boy in the Lashawan. The next word is branch. The word for branch is Inap. I'll go ahead and write it out in the ancient and in the Syrian. The ba. The ba. Next word is boy. The word for boy is Gilad. Next word is branch. The word for branch is Inap. And the Na, remember, it's the second character of the, I mean, the first character of the Na only because it's using the beginning or the middle of a word. We're going to use the first character of the na. And then the pa is at the end, so you're going to use the second character of the pa. So the first word is box. The word for box and the Lashawan Qadash is the ba. That's how you would write the ba. The ancient, that's how you write the ba in the Syrian. The next word is boy. The word for boy is yalad. That's how you write yalad in the ancient. That's how you write yalad in the Assyrian. The next word is branch. The word for branch is inab. This is inab in the ancient. That's how you write inab in the Assyrian. Yeah. Branch. Next word is brass. The word for brass is na cha sha shad. Nachashad. Nachashad is how you would say brass in the Lashawan. Nachashad. Next word is bread. The word for bread is la. Cham. And the next word is break. The word for rake is shabar. And write it out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. La, cha, sha, da, singular, na, cha, singular, the shad, connected. I'll go ahead and write it out in the Assyrian. This is the first character of the na because the first characters used at the beginning of the middle of a word. At the beginning, Sanaa. Cha. Sha. Nakasha. So you would write that in the ancient and the Assyrian. Next word is bread. The word for bread is lakam. Salah. Cha. Ma. Ma singular and the chum is connected. See that? I'm gonna go ahead and write it out in the Assyrian, the La, Ha, and since it's the second character of the Ma, the next word is break. The word for break is shabar. Shabar. You write that? Shabar. So you write that in the Assyrian. First word is brass. The word for brass is lakamsha, lakasha. So you write nakasha in the ancient, so you write it in the Assyrian. The next word is bread. The word for bread is lakam. So you write lakam in the ancient, so you write lakam in the Assyrian. The next word is break. The word for break is shabar, so you write shabar in the ancient, so you write shabar in the Assyrian. Next word is bring slash lead. The word for breed slash lead in the Hebrew would be ba ya a. Ba ya a. The next word is bronze. The word for bronze is arad. The next word is brother. The word for brother is ak. So I'm gonna go ahead and write down the ancient and the Assyrian. Start with the ba ya a. Next word is bronze. The word for bronze is arad. The first word is bring. The word for bring slash lead. The word for bring slash lead. Baya'a. Baya'a. This is how you write baya'a in the ancient. This is how you write baya'a in the Assyrian. The next word is bronze. The word for bronze is arad. This is how you write arad in the ancient. This is how you write arad in the Assyrian. The next word is brother. The word for brother is ak in the Hebrew. And this is how you write ak in the ancient. And this is how you write ak with the Assyrian characters. Next word is brown. The word for brown is shaham. The next word is bruise. The word for bruise is maha. The next word is build. The word for build is ba na. Next word after that is burn. The word for burn in the Lashawan is Qadash. Qadash. We'll go ahead and write them out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. First word is brown. The word for brown is shakam. Shah. Shah. The Kha. The Shah, the Kha, and the Ma. Singular. I'm writing the ancient. Shah. Kha. This is the second character of the Ma. We're going to use the second character. Next word is bruise. The word for bruise is macha. Ma. Cha. Ha. Singular connected. Now, since it's the first character of the Ma. Ma. So this is the first character of the Ma. How we know that? Because it's in the middle of the word. So it's macha. Ha. Macha. That's how you write bruise. Macha. That's how you write in the ancient and Assyrian. The next word is build. The word for build is bana. The ba. The na. And the ha. So the ba and the na and the ha connected, so it makes bana. That's the ba. And this is, and then since we're writing the Assyrian, it's the second character, the first character of the na. Only because it's in the middle of the word. The ha. The next word is burn. The word for burn is qua. Oh, the qua. The qua. The qua. The da. And the cha. The qua. The da. Ha. The first word is brown. The word for brown is shakam. This is how you write shakam in the ancient. This is how you write shakam in the Syrian. The next word is bruise. The word for bruise is macha. This is how you write macha in the ancient. This is how you write macha in the Assyrian. The next word is build. The word for build is banah. This is how you write banah in the ancient. This is how you write banah in the Assyrian. The next word is burn. The word for burn is qadash. This is how you write qadash in the ancient. This is how you write qadash in the Assyrian. The next word is but. The word for but is a ball. A ball. Next word is butter. Word for butter is kha ma a. Khama a. Khama a. The next word is call. Word for call is qua ra. Next word is camel. Word for camel is camel. The next word is captain. Word for captain in Lashawan is Saran. I'm going to write it out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. First word is but. The word for but is a ball. A. Ba. The next word is butter. The word for butter is kama. A. Kama. Kama. A. Kama. A. It will be the when you're writing kama a, it'll be the first ma because it's using the beginning or the middle of the word and it skips to the middle. So you're going to use the first ma. So kama a. The next word is call. The word for qual is korah. Ra. The next word is camel. The word for camel is gamel. The next word is captain. The word for captain is sarah. Sarah. Yeah. Second character of the na. The first word is but. The word for but in the Lashawan is abal. This is how you write abal in the ancient. This is how you write abal in the Syrian. The next word is butter. The word for butter in the Lashawan is chama'ah. This is how you write chama'ah in the ancient. This is how you write chama'ah in the Assyrian. The next word is call. The word for call is chara. This is how you write chara in the ancient. This is how you write chara in the Assyrian. The next word is camel. The word for camel in the Lashawan in the Hebrew would be gamal. This is how you write gamal in the ancient. This is how you write gamal in the Assyrian. The next word is captain. The word for captain in the Lashawan translated in the Hebrew is saran. This is how you write saran in the ancient. This is how you write saran in the Assyrian. And we're at the end of the class. The water for attending. Shalom, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shabbarakatham to the brothers. Yahweh Shemar Ilathan, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah to the sisters. Shalom.